Hello friends, welcome in the new episode of Spiritual Talks. I'm Kavita and today we have our favorite Pandurangam Narmeta sir from Siddipet, who is a senior Grand Pyramid Master and he's professor by profession. Especially his students like his previous episodes on Bhagavad Gita and on different subjects. He is a HOD in HNS of IIT College. So welcome sir, welcome Pandurangam sir for our show.
It's my pleasure, ma'am.
Thank you for coming. We really got a wonderful response on previous episode. So based upon that, I thought to continue with the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
And that is Sankhya Yoga.
Yes.
So sir, what does this Sankhya Yoga mean?
At first, I salute my Guruji, Brahmarshi Subhash Patriji. He introduced me to the path of spirituality. I express my deep gratitude to him. The second chapter of Bhagavad Gita is Yoga of Knowledge. It is called Sankhya Yoga.
Right.
It is a transcendental knowledge. Mm-hmm. It is the path of knowledge. Lord Sri Krishna covers entire Gita in this chapter.
Okay.
This is the essence of entire Gita. It is the most important chapter in Bhagavad Gita, madam. There are 18 chapters. This is the most important chapter. There are 72 slokas, verses in this sloka. The Lord Sri Krishna starts speaking in this chapter only. In the first chapter, he did not open his mouth.
Okay.
In this chapter, he starts speaking to Arjuna and imparts wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
The second and third sloka, these are the first spoken words of Lord Sri Krishna. These two slokas are very important. The first spoken words of Lord Sri Krishna are extremely enlightening. Mm-hmm. Lord Sri Krishna is enlightening Arjuna on 5 aspects in this chapter.
Okay.
The first one is about senses, its impact on human life. Second, soul, what soul is, and what dharma is. Third, what dharma is, and how sthita prajna is. Lord Sri Krishna is enlightening Arjuna on 5 aspects. Number 1, about senses and its impact on human lives.
Okay.
What soul is, what dharma is, what karma is, and how sthita prajna is, what sthita prajna is, and who sthita prajna is. On these 5 aspects, he is enlightening Arjuna in this chapter.
Okay.
The second and third slokas are extremely enlightening for those spiritual seekers and spiritual aspirants. The second sloka, Kutastva Kashmalam Midam, Vishame Samupastita, Anarya Justamo Swargyam, Akirti Karam Arjuna, is the first spoken words of Lord Sri Krishna.
What does it mean, sir?
Third sloka, Klaibhyam mas magamaha parta, Naitsat tvayu papadhyate, Kshudram hrudya daurbalyam, Tyaktvottishta parantapa. These 2 slokas, second and third in the second chapter. These are the first spoken words of Lord Sri Krishna to Arjuna. These are extremely enlightening. Okay. There are 4 words are highlighted in these 2 slokas. One is impurity. Second is anarya. He spoke anarya. Third, impotence or unmanliness. Fourth, weakness of mind or weakness of heart. So, Arjuna, you are spoiling your image with your impurity words. Still has patience to listen to Arjuna, and after listening to Arjuna, he starts speaking. Arjuna, you are using impurity words in your speech, in your talk to me. You are losing your character. You are spoiling your image. You are lowering your personality. This is not suited to you. And this will defame you. People will insult you. This is not good for you. It is not deserved. You will not go to higher planets. You won't reach heaven. So be impeccable to your word. Don't make assumptions. Don't take anything personally. The war is meant for all. It is not for individual. It is meant for race. A group of people of same common ancestry. So it is meant for all. No warrior is bothering about the war except you. All warriors in both armies are interested to fight except you. As a warrior, this is not suit. It is not befit you. So give up your weakness of heart, your weakness of mind. Get up and be a man of action, do your duty, engage yourself in the battle. These are the first spoken words of Lord Sri Krishna to Arjuna. Arjuna has taken the war personally. No warrior has taken this personally. So if you or I or anyone takes something personally, what happens,
What happens, sir?
Ego activates. There are two types of ego activates. One is offensive ego, the other is defensive ego. Offensive ego is nothing but sadism. Defensive ego is masochism. Sadism means hurting others. Masochism is hurting oneself. Here Arjuna is turning from sadism to masochism. The proof is 46th shloka of the first chapter. In that 46th shloka in the first chapter, what he did say, it is better to beg rather than killing his relatives. It is better to be killed rather than to kill them. So he is turning into masochism from sadism. Okay, if anyone takes something personally, this type of egos activate. So he will face the consequences. He will be in defensive ego or he will be in offensive ego. The same happens in Arjuna's case. The first 10 slokas are describing the mental and disturbed state of Arjuna.
Mm-hmm.
And from 11 to 38, it covers Dhyana Yoga. It's Sankhya Yoga. From 38 to 53, it covers Karma Yoga. From 54 to 72, the 18 verses describe the divine qualities of Sthita Prajna. It means equipoise is a single pointed person. The ultimate person is God man. He's called God man. He's called Sthita Prajna.
Okay.
How he lives, how he talks, how he lives, how he maintains relationship with others, what he is, how he is, who he is. The last 18 verses describe Sthita Prajna. Who is Sthita Prajna? What is Sthita Prajna? How Sthita Prajna is.
Mm-hmm. Beautifully explained, sir, about the entire shlokas. But here let's focus on Sankhya Yoga.
Sankhya Yoga, yes. Sankhya Yoga.
So what does this yoga focus on?
It's a focus on 5 elements.
Okay.
One is senses, second soul, third dharma, fourth karma, and the qualities of a Sthita Prajna.
Okay.
If anyone reads Sankhya Yoga with discipline, he gains spiritual knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
After that, he puts into his daily life. Certainly, he will be enlightened spiritually. No doubt.
So how does it initiate?
Okay, it starts with the voice of Sanjaya.
Okay.
Sanjaya is reporting what is happening in the battlefield to Dhritarashtra. In the first sloka, he used one word, krupaya. It's a great word, krupaya. But it is not compassion. It is called pity.
Mm-hmm.
Arjuna is in pity
Okay.
on his relatives. Pity when arises in man? You don't know. Pity arises in man based on situation, based on person. Pity arises. Pity is origin of ego. Arjuna is not compassionate. Compassion arises in man from pure heartedness, like a flower blossoming in the forest.
Right.
Without reason. Compassion arises in man like a flower blossoming in the forest. It comes from pure heartedness. Pity is origin of ego. It arises in man based on situation and person. Here, based on the war situation, based on the relatives, his pity arises. Compassion is the highest form of love. Through compassion, man goes to higher planets. It is possible.
So
This is a path to compassion, is the door to spirituality.
Right. Yeah. So, what kind of ego is this pity? Which kind of ego? There are different egos.
Different egos, offensive ego and defensive ego. Offensive ego is sadism. Enjoying hurting others. This is sadism.
Okay. So this pity is sadism, you're saying?
Sadism.
Okay.
Arjuna is in defensive ego. He is letting others to hurt himself. This is masochism. Is it turning into a masochism from sadism? The perfect proof is the 46th sloka in the first chapter. He has said that to be killed is better than to kill his relatives.
So, sir, here I want to understand how does Krishna's first spoken words impact on spiritual aspirants?
Spiritual aspirant should follow 4 agreements. One is be impeccable to your word. Arjuna is not impeccable to his word.
Okay.
And next, Arjuna has taken the war personally.
Okay.
The war is meant for race, meant for all, but he has taken this personal. So, spiritual aspirant should not take anything personally.
Right.
Okay. Third, don't make assumptions. Arjuna made assumptions. That's why he
Which kind
leads
of
to
assumption?
grief.
Okay. So what was his assumption there?
Assumptions. So he's leading his dharma.
So it's
He's not going.
And not following dharma is not assumption, sir.
Some assumptions he made. The race will be spoiled, the creed will be spoiled, color will be spoiled, all women will be spoiled. We will do sacrificial offerings to the dead people. That would bring bad name to the Kuru dynasty. It is better to beg. A warrior never prefer begging. He kills or he will be killed. This is the common mindset of a warrior.
Correct. Yeah.
He is ready to kill or to be killed.
Right.
If he is killed in the war, he will reach heaven. If he kills others, he will enjoy the earth.
Right. Yeah.
This is his own dharma. As a warrior, he has to do his kshatriya dharma. Right? He has made assumptions.
Okay.
And third is, he surrendered to the weakness of mind. When one is surrendered to the weakness of mind, he will not do the best.
Right. Yeah.
So, the spiritual aspirant should not surrender to the weakness of mind to do the best. So, these 4 agreements hidden in the 2nd and 3rd sloka of Bhagavad Gita, in the 2nd chapter.
Okay.
So spiritual aspirants should follow this.
Okay.
We should talk at our level. We should not lower ourselves. We should not lower others with our words. What is our fate? Through the words we can define others. Right? So what is more important than action? Than thinking. Once a word is come out of, it will be the master of you. Right? So we think before we speak.
True.
So here, Arjuna used impurity words in his talk to Krishna.
Okay. So what was the impure word here?
Yeah, he was lowering his personality.
Okay.
He was, through his words, he's spoiling his image. Arjuna spoke to Krishna, losing his character with his words in his talk. Krishna says that you're a man of excellence, you're such a great personality, you are appearing to be important. This is not befit you. This is not suited to you. It will bring defame. You will not go to the higher planets. Akirtikaram Arjuna said. Anarya, unwise. Anarya means unwise, uncivilized. You appear to be uncivilized with your action and with your words. This is complete against dharma. Against your own dharma, not dharma. Against your own dharma. This is against. You should not speak in this manner.
Right. So, as you mentioned, that one should not take anything personally.
Yes.
So, what happens when someone takes something personally?
If anyone takes something personally, he will face consequences.
Right.
He will be in grief. Two types of ego activate. Or I have explained you that offensive ego and defensive ego. That he will be in grief.
Right. So, how it influences human life?
And it based on it will vary from different situation to situation. It varies from situation to situations.
Right.
But in this situation, the war is meant for the group, meant for race. Right? No warrior has taken the war personally. Is a material compassion, lamentation, the tears in his eyes, or the ignorance of real self. Compassion is for eternal soul, is self-realization. Sanjay is reporting to Dhritarashtra that what is happening in the battlefield.
Right.
Arjuna is in sad mood. He is unwilling to fight. His eyes are filled with tears. He is determined not to fight.
So next thing I want to understand, how does Arjun respond to Krishna after hearing his words in his second and third verses?
Arjuna talks to Krishna. He says that Bhishma and Dronacharya is the most honorable people to me. I am a man to offer flowers at their feet. How can I counterattack them with arrows? How can I shoot arrows? How can I kill them? Here, in these words, Arjuna is emphasizing on how can I, rather than their most honorable people. So we understand that he is emphasizing on how can I, rather than their most honorable people. He says that I am in confused state. I am in the state of indecision, whether I fight or leave the battle. Oh Krishna, I am seeking your guidance. Consider me as your disciple. Arjuna talks to Krishna that Dronacharya and Bhishma are the most honorable people to me. I am a man to offer them flowers at their feet. How can I shoot them with arrows? How can I counterattack? He is emphasizing on how can I. Even though he is saying they are most honorable people. If I kill them, I enjoy their bloodshed food. Instead of their bloodshed food, it is better for me to beg in the streets. He says. He also says that, Hey Krishna, I am confused. I am in the state of indecision. I am seeking your guidance. I am surrendering to you. Please instruct me. Consider me as your disciple. This is very important. I am surrendering to you. Consider me as your disciple. I am seeking your guidance. These are the responding words of Arjuna to Krishna. At that time, Krishna is smiling at Arjuna. He understood the condition, mental and physical condition of Arjuna. He starts enlightening Arjuna on senses, soul, dharma, karma, and the qualities of a Sthitaprajna.
Right.
Sanjaya is reporting the same to Dhritarashtra.
Correct.
According to Sanjaya, Krishna is smiling. Arjuna's eyes are filled with tears. Krishna is smiling. This is spoken by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is happy. He hopes that Arjuna is leaving the battle. There will be a victory on behalf of the Kuru army. So he is happy. Then from the 11th sloka to 38, from 11 to 38 sloka, he explains about Sankhya Yoga. From 38 to 53, he explains about Karma Yoga.
Right.
He starts enlightening Arjuna.
Beautifully explained, sir, on all aspects, said by Krishna. These are the very important things for each and everyone's life, in all aspects of our life. So, thank you for bringing this concept of second chapter. So, sir, what about senses, its functions, its impact, and what is the spiritual connection with all these things according to Lord Krishna?
Lord Krishna explains senses touch sense objects and feel heat and cold, pain and pleasure. They are temporary. They come and go. They appear and disappear. They are transitory. Okay. Pain becomes pleasure. Pleasure leads to pain. Mm-hmm. There is a time gap between them. Generally, people do not understand. When they are pain, they suffer. When they are in pleasure, they enjoy. But generally, people observe the time gap. Here, Krishna says that when one in pain, he should remind the past moments of pleasure. When in pleasure, he should remind the past moments of pain. Then balanced state is achieved. Right. So only when we observe and experience this, we shall be in blissful state. We shall find freedom in life. We shall find liberation in life. We shall not be disturbed at all. Through this, Krishna enlightens not only Arjuna, but also us to develop fortitude. It means be strong mentally and physically. We shall bear them, but unconcerned with pain and pleasure, heat and cold, and success and failure. We should not be concerned with them. We should bear. We shall bear with them, but we shall not be concerned with them. They are temporary. You observe and experience the time gap. Krishna is enlightening in this way.
Sir, does Krishna speak about real, unreal and dream state? And how can we perceive on spiritual point of view?
Real and unreal. We also dream. Real has non-being. The unreal has no being. What keeps changing is unreal. What keeps unchanging is real. Okay. Only spiritual, enlightened people, the wise, can find the difference between real and unreal. Because they are aware in awareness. It is called samadhi state.
Right.
In the state of samadhi, they can find the difference, they can understand it. Okay, for example, if I am in dream, the dream is real. The current world is unreal. When I come out of the dream is unreal, the current world is real. Okay.
So it's all mind game.
It's a mind game. But the real and unreal, that which is present is unreal. Because it was not in the past. It won't be in the future. That is unreal. That which was in the past, that which is in the present, that will be in the future, that is real. It keeps unchanging. Okay. Here, Krishna talks to Arjuna. Those you see is unreal. They are already dead. You do not kill them. They are already dead. They won't be in the future. They were not in the past. What you see is unreal. That is. There are three words: known, unknown, unknowable. Unknown can be known. Unknowable cannot be known. In the state of samadhi, unknowable can be known. So, spiritual practitioners, yoga practitioners, sadhaks will enjoy the world without possessiveness and without delusion. Krishna tells this one. Five senses cannot sense. It cannot be caught by any thought.
Beautifully explained about real and unreal, sir. Here, next I want to understand about soul. Sri Krishna said that soul is eternal. So, how it is described by him?
Lord Krishna describes the soul is indestructible.
Right.
We are not just physical entities, but soul beings. We live in our physical bodies. It can be visualized going beyond the five senses. In meditation, it can be attained. It can be possible. Okay. Self itself is a soul. Self remains deathless. It passes from one body to another.
Right. So how it passes, like when we are unborn or when we are in womb, right? How it enters, how it goes.
Self remains deathless. It passes from one body to another. Like we use shirts, we use trousers. They wear and throw away. Just like self passes from one body to another.
Right. So it's a journey.
It's a journey, continuous journey. Death is certain for the born, birth is certain for the dead. That is, this is law of creation. So, why we should bother about it?
Correct. Very true.
Krishna tells Arjuna, nothing can destroy soul.
Correct.
Nothing can wet the soul. Nothing can burn the soul. Nothing can dry the soul. The soul itself is eternal. It is indestructible. Krishna explains about the soul.
So can we visualize the soul?
Yes, it is possible.
Okay.
The long practice of doing meditation
Mm-hmm.
with self-check, union with spiritual beings, contemplate, listen to the experience of spiritual enlightened people,
Mm-hmm.
read the books of great spiritual masters,
Right.
and the purification of heart and word will help us visualize the soul in meditation.
Right.
We can visualize our soul. It is possible,
Right.
but a certain practice is required.
True.
We must purify our word and heart. We must be compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
We must love, and we have no time to hate others. Soul visualization is a practical experience. Only by experience we understand and how it functions in the practical world. The soul is not an object to be seen, to be heard of, to be talked about. A soul is experienced but not expressed. Some look on the soul as amazing. Some talk about the soul as amazing. Some heard of the soul as amazing, but not understood. No one really knows what the soul is. It is beyond the mind and sense. The ability going beyond five senses, the moment of deactivation of five senses, it is the moment of the activation of our inner senses. In meditation, in thought-free zone, one who goes beyond senses, by default, inner senses activates. It is the moment of the activation of the third eye. One can visualize the soul. In thought-free zone, it is the moment of the deactivation of five senses and the activation of inner senses. There are many inner senses. It is countless. Many psychic powers are there. Only we live with our five senses. We can go beyond five senses. It is called siddha, powers, psychic powers.
Yes.
One of the psychic power is the third eye.
Right.
Clairvoyance, clear audience.
Correct.
There are many psychic powers.
Correct.
It is achieved through meditation. It is possible. And the systematic, disciplined practice of doing meditation, it is easy for one to activate the third eye. The soul is eternal. It applies all the time, past, present, and future.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps unchanging.
Right.
So here, Arjuna is motivated to engage in the battle, neither in sorrow nor in excitement, but in awareness. But we should be aware always. A consciousness is like sun. Awareness is its light. In this way we can understand consciousness and awareness.
Right. Yes. So it's really very important for everyone to be aware always with consciousness.
Yes.
So wonderfully explained, sir. Moving ahead. So what is the ultimate message of this chapter till 38th shloka?
We shall have an equal eye, both success and failure, pain and pleasure. We shall do our work with awareness,
Right.
neither in sorrow nor in excitement.
Right.
We shall not be in mind trap of people and situations. This I convey through the half of Sankhya Yoga.
Thank you, sir, for sharing all your wisdom. It's really very helpful and insightful for all of us and for all of our PMC audience. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am.